This is question time with Dizzle, the outdoor adventure special. So lots of people say that Christians hate gay people or condemn the acts that they carry out. So people often quote the Old Testament and say that it's disgusting for people of the same gender to be having sex, and those who do should be condemned to death. And I think it's very important to realise the difference between Old Testament and New Testament. So the people living in the Old Testament were having to live under Old Testament law, and these were a bunch of rules and regulations that defined Jewish people and told them how they should live their lives and the things that they should do. But in the New Testament, it teaches us about grace and forgiveness, and God sent down Jesus to be the sacrifice, and he did that so we can all be right before God. As Christians, we're told to live by the example of Jesus, and a great example of this is where there's a prostitute who's about to be stoned by a giant crowd of people, and Jesus just walks up to them very casually and is like, all right, if any of you haven't sinned before, if any of you are perfect, then feel free, throw a stone at her. If not, then, you know, get out of here. And no one threw a stone because no one was perfect. So Jesus tells the woman that he's not going to condemn her and that she's free to go on the condition that she just doesn't sin anymore. Bringing it back to the question, no, God doesn't condemn gay people. In the Bible, people asked Jesus what's the most important law out of all of them, and he said, love the Lord God with all your heart and all your soul, and love thy neighbour. And love thy neighbour means you love everyone. You treat everyone the same, and you treat them how Jesus treated everyone, even if they're outcasted from society or there's something different about them. You gotta treat them with love. And love, it's a really, really powerful word, and it's a thing you shouldn't really take lightly. And to love someone means you accept them for all their faults and the things that you might not agree with, or even the good things about them. You gotta accept them for who they are. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you should just love everyone and not condemn anyone, because that's what Jesus said. So Zion can refer to many different things. It can either be like the city temple of David or the mount where Solomon built his temple. He has a temple. It is also mentioned in the New Testament where it referred to the church or Christians. It's also in a song where the lyrics say, "Awake, awake, O Zion," where the song is about encouraging the church or Christians to go out and talk about Jesus. Be passionate. Here are the top 3 ways to reminisce your childhood. Number 1, slide. Number 2, swing. La 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 la. La 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 la. The best day ever. Seesaw. I need a friend.
Wait. Let's pretend.
Yeah.